Problem solving situation number 2. Again, what we're going to do is look at a truncated situation rather than a full scenario and look to see how we construct the solution and put it across. Okay, so our situation is that we've got increased vehicle crime in a council-owned multi-storey car park. There's lots of thefts from motor vehicles occurring, and through discussion with the councillor, what we've established is that this has led to reduced use of the car park as confidence in the community is very much reduced. That's meant that more people are parking on the street unlawfully, which is dangerous, and in fact has led to a recent accident where a young boy was run over. Although only minor injuries, it has made the community worried about the whole situation. Traders are unhappy because people are starting to use out of town shopping as an alternative. Okay, let's look at our short-term approach. We are the police and enforcement is what we do. First things first, let's just make sure we're getting everything we can out of the offences we already know about. If you're the sergeant, review the investigations yourself. If you're the inspector, well, you may wish to do that, or you may wish to task a competent supervisor to do that for you. Given the nature of the problem, yes, we've got vehicle crime. It may not have thoroughly attracted your radar because the offences may not be that high so far, and you may have some other priorities in terms of crime in the policing area. However, the impact this is having on the community now, we've got people being victimised, we've got people avoiding the area, we've got people rather wanting to commit minor crimes by parking unlawfully than using a lawful area, and we've now had an incident where a young person has been hurt in a road traffic collision because of the unlawful parking. We've got a real community problem going on there. That means we must target the source of the problem, which is the vehicle crime in the car park. So we'll be wanting to generate intelligence, target offenders, doing what we do within the NIM and within local priority settings. We also want to make sure we're giving reassurance in these circumstances. We might want to institute immediate high visibility patrols to just interrupt and disrupt the offending that may be occurring. So we might be thinking about that in the car park as well as in the high street. We need to give some immediate work in order to reduce the risk of another road traffic collision the way it's happened before. Of course, those high visibility patrols will be set up in conjunction with the ongoing investigations into those offences. If we're going to put in surveillance, maybe we'll put in a rat trap vehicle in order to catch offenders, then we may of course at that point want to reduce the high visibility patrols in the car park for that period. And we'll want to raise awareness. Clearly the community is well aware of the problems and they're responding to them themselves. We will only gain confidence in policing when we've really solved the problem, but we can make a good start now by making a positive effort through the media to let people know that we're working on the problem and giving messages that state our intention, our mission to deal with it. We may also, if we've got certain groups that are convenient to us, want to meet with those traders associations, bringing together other local councillors as well as the role actor to look at that matter, to help them understand what we're dealing with and to invite their ideas and suggestions as well. Let's think about the long term then. As investigations continue, offenders will be generated and prosecutions will be brought. It may be that there are sufficient causes for ASBOs to be granted. It may be that the information available supports council injunctions to ensure that individuals are no longer able to enter the multi-storey car park. It may be that the probation service can offer support or controls for longer periods in relation to those people offending in the car park. And certainly as successes are gained, it'll be really important to make sure that awareness is raised within the community, both at the packed in opportunities with the police, speaking directly with the communities, and also via the media. Raising confidence in the police is a key, particularly important aim for the government, and therefore lots of effort and thought should be put in place by supervisors and managers about how we can increase that public confidence, taking opportunities where we've done good work to solve problems, both alone and in partnership, should never be missed. And clearly, in the long term, the environment within that multi-storey car park needs to improve. It is well known that good levels of lighting, putting in place CCTV, making sure there are sufficient staff to give human visible presence has a distinct impact on the offending rates. Putting warning signs as people enter the car parks, and also putting notices warning people not to have valuable items in their property in their vehicle, certainly not to keep them in view, on the back of slips as you pay for your car park fee, is also a successful method that's been used in the past. And finally, let's think about next steps. Immediately, you'll be wanting to arrange a meeting for partners in the next week. You need to bring together those who can share the problem. So yes, the police, the council, and whoever else can contribute towards the issues. The councillor here can be a good help to you in making sure that they come to the meeting and they bring others who are working for the council who can contribute to the issues as well. Certainly, you'll be wanting to arrange further meetings with the role actor, considering what success criteria are put in place and whether they've been met. In very simple terms, we'll be thinking about reducing the number of crimes, increasing the numbers of people being brought to justice. But most certainly we'll be thinking about improving public confidence, which can be demonstrated through increased use of the car park, reduced unlawful parking in the high street, and reduced numbers of road traffic collisions in that area as well. And of course, we want to ask at the end of the role actor, do they understand the steps that we're putting in place? Do they agree with the steps that you're putting in place? Do they have their own ideas to contribute to the solutions package, which can make it even better? Sometimes you'll be wanting to ask them if they've got funding that they can bring into it, or if they've got further ideas about other partners that we may not have thought about that could contribute to the solutions as well. And that concludes problem solving situation number 2.